Hey, happy Halloween. It's spooky season. It's the spookiest day of the year. I'm coming from a long night of Craig Jones-like activities right now. It's 2:28 in the morning. 2:20 in the morning, but something has been burning at my mind all Halloween. All Halloween, honestly, all day yesterday too. Now it's Gable Steveson. It's Gable Steveson. If you don't know, now you know. I don't like Gable Steveson at all. To be honest, bro shouldn't even be allowed to walk the streets. Look up Gable Steveson loophole, please. Just look it up. Look it up. You'll be surprised. Now look, Gable Steveson got his second MMA win yesterday. I don't even know if you want to call it MMA. He's in a promotion called Dirty Boxing. There's no wrestling. It's not really what you would call MMA. Now look. After he wins, we're going to get to the fight, but after he wins, he says he should be in the UFC. He says, oh, look, McMaynard was here. We should get to the UFC. We're going to read this in a second, but Gable Steveson won his first professional LFA fight in the first round. He beat a dude named Braden Peterson, Braden Peterson won his first ever professional fight. He took the W, knocked the dude out in 14 seconds, okay? I tell you that. That sounds like Ilia Tuporia. This guy knocked the dude out in 14 seconds. But if you look at this dude's opponent, his name was Chris Thompson. He's 0-3. Literally 0-3. And this was in July. So I am a little bit conspiracy minded, but something makes me think that this was a little bit of a pushover match. Okay, but he gets to fight Gable Steveson. Now, to be fair, Gable Steveson he did horrible things to this guy in the octagon within a minute and 38 seconds. Braden Peterson was beaten and battered in front of everybody. It wasn't a good sight to see. Then, about 2 weeks after Gable Steveson comes off of that win, they announce a fight with Billy Swanson at Dirty Boxing 4. Brian Battle was the co-main event, and Gable Steveson goes out to knock him out in 15 seconds. Gable Steveson knocks out this man. This guy. This is the dude that we're putting the big MMA prospect against. This is the test. This is the test. Okay. Now, if you don't know, Gable Steveson won an Olympic gold medal, right? During COVID. By the way, since he won it during COVID, a lot of countries couldn't attend. Their best fighters couldn't get visas and so forth and so on. Now, okay, after he wins an Olympic gold medal in wrestling, he signs to the WWE, not the NFL, not the UFC. Nothing notable. No shot to the WWE, but come on, you're a freak physical specimen. Go do something athletic. Not to say WWE's athletic. You get what I'm saying, though, but he signs to the WWE. The WWE kept him in under-house promotions. He wasn't even at Raw. He wasn't at SmackDown. You know what I mean? Yes, he did show. I'm pretty sure he showed up at WrestleMania, but it was like a cameo type situation. Dude was fighting on a show called NXT. NXT. All right. Now he gets cut from the WWE before even making it to Raw, SmackDown, anything like that. He gets cut. Let go. Same month, by the way, the NFL picks him up. Pretty sure it was the Buffalo Bills. On the offseason. They picked him up on the offseason. They cut him. Still being on the offseason. Dude, what? Like what? And then he's all of a sudden, after 2 doors closed for him, he's like, I'm going to make my way into fighting. I'm going to be a professional fighter. Somehow he links up with John Jones and Gordon Ryan, and he's been learning, and we've seen him with these guys for about 3 to 4 to 5 years now, and apparently Gable Steveson is the next big thing. Well, when you go out there and knock out Billy Swanson, this dude has apple pie tattooed on his chest with USA inside of the cherry pie. This guy, by the way, he was 0-4 in his last 4. 0-5 in his last 5. Are we 0-5 in his last 5? And this is the main event, by the way. This is the main event. And he gets knocked out in 15 seconds. How much do you think they paid? This kid probably got paid to take the fall too. Do you see the anime shorts he's wearing? Do you see the anime? Do you see the pose on this picture? But what really bothers me, not that Gable won, right? Because the dude was 0-4. Saw that coming. This is what bothers me. Gable Steveson, after he won, he said, "I think a special guest was here to watch me, but I'm just not sure where he is." His name is Mick Maynard. Now, if you don't know, we're going to pause right here. Now, if you don't know, Mick Maynard is like an executive level guy for the UFC, okay? Mick, you've seen a little bit. I would love to show you a lot more. Hopefully you believe in me, and I appreciate you. Okay, what a nothing burger of a post-fight. You should call somebody out. But, I'd be like, hey, sign me. I'm the guy. Nobody's beating me. But to be fair, you beat a dude who's 0-4. Now, you're calling to be in the UFC. You're calling to be in the UFC. What have you done to just be thrown into the UFC like that? To just get automatically announced the contract. You know how rare that is? Most of the times when people just get announced a UFC contract, they get offered a contract, it's short notice. Somebody pulled out and they need a replacement and they have nobody at the time, so they start calling around. Gable, these dudes are going on the Contender Series, fighting for 10-10. Tooth and nail. Tooth and nail, by the way. Fighting almost to the bitter end. Not making it. And then getting sent back down to the undercard promotions. You are fighting dudes who are 0-5 in their last 5, by the way. And calling to be put in the UFC. You're a gold medalist champion who got rejected from 2 other professional sports. And now you're trying, I've always heard the third time is the charm. I don't think that applies here. I honestly do not think that applies here. But anyways, after, by the way, look up Gable Steveson loophole. Look that up. We're not going to talk about that right now because, I'm not beat to make sure I am, spreading the truth so I don't hear from Gable's fucking lawyers, right? But let's watch what he had to say in his post-fight interview. Now, to be fair, right? If it's your dream to be a fighter, if it's your dream to be a professional athlete, right? You're going to want to push for your dreams. But let's just listen to what Gable Steveson had to say, right?
I've always wanted to be all in on it, but you just got to explore. I was 21 years old and going to many crazy places.
What shit audio, by the way? Dude's not even talking into the mic. Bro hasn't even picked up the microphone. This is why this audio is dog shit. Audio is dog shit because of Gable Steveson, by the way. And
now, I hit the middle age of 25. It's still very young, but I hit 25 and it's time. For the heavyweight division, I feel like there needs to be a fresh face. There needs to be an American guy to go out there and win, and go out there and put on a good show and beat everybody in front of him. And so I think I can be that person.
Now, we're gonna pause right there. Okay, we still have a little. We're like halfway through. Bro's saying, it's time. We need an American champion in the heavyweight division. I get that. Now, I'm not saying that I don't think Gable could be a good fighter. I'm not saying that. I am saying that. For whatever reason, right? When you get cut from 2 other professional sports that require you to be athletic, right? One of them was an individual sport, wrestling. Wrestling is an individual sport. You're going out there on your own. You are the team. You are the team. You know what I mean? You're playing for John Cena is the John Cena. He's going out there by himself. You know what I mean? Got cut from that. Wasn't really having good rapport, allegedly, with the people behind the scenes. There's some articles pulled up on that. I have other videos posted on that from a few months ago. But you get signed to the NFL, and then you get dropped in the same off. Brother, you didn't even get to go to a real game. They probably just didn't like your cardio or how you were running around. Now, what I did like after you starched this can, who was 0-5 in his last 5, was you jumped over the ropes. You did like a standing box jump over all 4 ropes. I thought that was pretty savage. But Yeah, my brain tells me when you get cut from two athletic sports, you're not going to do very well in the third one. Now, I get everybody is doing everything they possibly can to get Gable Steveson into the UFC, and it just shows with him literally headlining on a Dirty Boxing card. You know, Dirty Boxing is owned by John Jones, partially, and then Mike Perry and some other people, but John Jones. John Jones, you know who Gable Steveson is like butt buddies with? John Jones. It's a little weird. You were in the LFA. I wonder, after you crushed that can in the LFA, did the LFA offer you another fight and you just decided, I don't think I could take this one. Hey, buddy John, you think you can get me on DBX? You know, do you think that would count? And Dirty Boxing is not MMA. There's nothing to do on the ground. There's nothing to do on the ground there. We're going to finish. We're going to finish.
So I don't even think I know I could be that person, and it's just like we talked about. It's not if, it's when, and I feel like that win is coming soon. Yeah, you want to be the best of the best. You know, I've won the Olympics. I've been in so many big places. Played in NFL. Been in so many great spots.
Played in the NFL. Played in the NFL. I hope somebody bit back on that. I know they didn't, but I would have been like, Gable, you didn't. Hey. I would have been like this. Question for Gable. Hey, Gable, what game did you play in the NFL? Just very curious. And then who in the top 15 do you think you could beat? And then he would say, everyone. I think I could beat everyone in the top 15. Okay, do you think you could beat up Tom Aspinall, for example? Yeah, I do. How? How would you beat up Tom Aspinall? Even though we know Tom is a quitter, bro got poked, and everybody's saying up. How would you beat up rank 15 Walter Walker? Set Walter Walker on him. Sick of Walter Walker on this guy. Now, to be fair, well, not to be fair. If what I know is gonna happen comes true, they're gonna give Gable Tai Tuivasa. They're going to give Gable Steveson Tai Tuivasa on an Apex card. Oh my god, he's going to be like rank 11. Oh my god, bro. You've sunk in my battleship, but it's fine. Marcin Tybura puts him clean out. Marcin, like all the real active heavyweights know what's going on. Derek Lewis puts Gable to bed. Volkov outranges Gable Steveson, keeps Volkov on the back foot and keeps Gable running forward. You know what I mean? Gable is not going to do well against real adversity, my personal opinion. And I just I cannot believe this. I literally cannot believe this. Happy Halloween. Alright, boys. Alright. Hey, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, please make sure you like, follow, subscribe, comment. Anything you do helps me out tremendously. Alright, boys, I really appreciate you guys. Rock MMA. Happy Halloween. I think I have to go to bed now.